Greetings, everyone. I hope everyone is safe and well and healthy. I have a whole new format now, along with taking a break to do some of my own healing work and, pardon me, also been working on format and designation and exactly how, because I was pulling energy from the entire world. So that wasn't exactly the most beneficial, I think. So I've broken it down. This is going to be for those whose birthday are on Monday, May 18th. This is a healing reading. And what I'm going to look at are your shadows, shadow energy, light energy, what's balancing inner energy, outer energy. I'm going to look at what the challenges are for the light and shadows, along with connecting energies. And then once a week, I will do a weekly reading for all those birthdays to kind of give a little bit of a preview for the following week. Hopefully that all makes sense. So this is for those whose birthday are on May 18th. So to you, happy birthday, and hopefully this will bring you some clarity and guidance with whatever you're currently dealing with. I won't be shocked to see some pentacles kind of popping up these days, but we'll see. I didn't get any particular messages this time, so we'll just kind of see what happens. I do infuse each deck with Reiki and certified master both in traditional Reiki as well as healing flame. So I make sure to infuse so that whatever comes through is also healing benefit to you. So without further ado, let's get to it. Shadows for those whose birthdays on bias May 18th. Yours, please give me the shadows. Okay. And please give me light energy for those whose birthdays are on May 18th, 2020. Unbiased, please, universe. Unbiased energy for light. For those whose birthdays are on May 18th, 2020. Challenges for shadows, May 18th, 2020. Challenges for shadows, May 18th, 2020. Shadows for May 18th, 2020. Challenges for the shadows of May 18th. Way too many, guys. So far we have the Knight of Swords for the shadows and Pentacles reversed. Shadows, challenges, May 18th, 2020. What are the shadow challenges for May 18th, 2020? Shadow energy for those whose birthday are May 18th, 2020. Challenges for the shadow energies. 2020. Boy, they're not wanting to talk for you guys today. Shadows, challenges. Those whose birthdays, May 18th, 2020. I don't draw, but if one doesn't, there we go. And challenges for the light. What are the challenges for those whose birthdays are too many. May 18th. I guess they're being very, very specific. Challenges for light energy. Those are questions on May 18th, please. Challenges for light energies. Thank you. These cards are pretty different. Balance between light and shadow, please. Balancing energy between light and shadow. Balancing energy between light and shadow, please. One card for balancing the energies between light and shadow. Balancing light and shadow energy. Thought about coming out. Balancing energy, light and shadow. Balancing energy between light and shadow for those whose birthday. Too many. Balance shadow and light. Alright, 2, but we'll take it. I don't usually get 2, especially after that long a time. Inner and outer. Outer energy. His birthday on May 18th, 2020. May 18th, anytime really. I'm born on May 18th. Inner, outer. Oh my gosh. Outer energy on May 18th. Outer for this one on May 18th. They are really being. All my decks have different personalities, if you will. May 18th birthday is outer energy, please. For lights and outer, please. And usually these will, thank you, talk much more quickly. And inner energy. Inner energy, May 18th. Wow, alright. What do you guys want? You're torn. You're leaning more towards traditional red or white, black, and gold. Connecting energy between outer and light, please. Outer and light, connecting energy. feels bothering you. Wow. Sun. Connecting energy between light and inner. May 18th, birthday is May 18th. Light and inner. And connecting energy between inner and shadows. Page of Cups on the bottom of this one. And Three of Pentacles. Interesting. I think I'll leave those up. I don't always use the bottom of the deck. Okay. Shadow, we have Three of Cups. Knight of Swords. For your shadows. For your light, we have Ten of Pentacles reversed. And King of Cups. Now, normally, King of Cups looks like, you know, as a great card. In this deck, it doesn't really have that great of an energy. You know, King of Cups kind of slumped and old and decrepit. He looks kind of like he's drunk, quite frankly. And not necessarily real healthy. It looks like he's kind of just passed out. So, and the connecting energy, Ace of Wands and the Knight of Swords. These cards have a very different energy. For your outer, that would be, I'm sorry, that's the Queen of Swords. And Ace of Wands. Knight of Cups. And for the inner, Five of Pentacles, left out in the cold. So we have Knight of Wands, it's connecting, Page of Wands, Seven of Wands, Sun card, Hmm. You know what? I kind of feel like this is related to, sorry for the background there. I feel like this is kind of related to someone perhaps battling an addictions at this time, not having necessarily the means, finding themselves kind of without the resources to continue. And this is going to put you in a much better place overall. Okay, so for the inner, we have the Five of Pentacles, which is basically being left out in the cold. In this case, with this deck, this isn't so much being left out in the cold, but it is being alone, isolated, sort of poor and destitute, which we all kind of are right now. Page of Wands is about having a great idea or rushing forward too quickly, not really having a plan, but a lot of wanting to do something. The Knight of Wands is rushing forward. It's a very fast moving character. So we're moving into this state of poverty and, wanting to get out of that. And an effort, what I see here is the only one faster than the Knight of Wands is the Knight of Swords, which is here. Knight of Swords, Three of Cups. It's all about celebration. It can be reconciliation in a love reading, but that is not the case here. So it is about celebration, partying, kind of maybe being a bit impulsive and free typically. But then we have the Seven of Wands, which is about victory, fighting against the odds. And the Knight of Cups is usually somebody coming forward with an offer of love. In this case, because it's reversed, it's that love isn't there. I feel like in this case, this is about self-love. And the Sun. Okay. Then we have the Sun card. So I feel like this is kind of between the outer and the light. I'm seeing that as you feel like maybe this behavior kind of brings you that happiness, that sense of fulfillment, that joy, but this is the result. And I find it interesting that such dark cards are showing up in the light, and I feel like that's because there is the battle going on to conquer this. It is putting you in a state of lack. The funds are not there to continue this habit. And it's causing you to feel pretty down, pretty depressed, not all great, and wanting to hurry up and get out of this state. The balancing cards, the Queen of Swords, who is not very much in her emotions typically. She's very independent and very strong, She is intelligent and willful. She knows what her position is. She knows where her strengths are. And she knows how to take charge and move forward. The Ace of Wands is typically about passionate new beginnings. It's a fiery energy, even though that's not what's showing up here. It's actually kind of a little bit, these cards all have a little bit of a darker energy, but you have a lot of wands here. So this does speak to me of newly found truth within yourself and wanting to move forward into that truth and wanting to experience life in a whole different way. Yeah, and really just kind of wanting to move out of this space. And it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be difficult to get yourself out of this habit or addiction, if that's what it is. And even though these are pretty independent cards, and I do see victory here. It is a victory card. I would still recommend, if this is something, get some help. In fact, I feel like, although this came in on the shadows, and it is showing you trying to battle this alone and by yourself, and you feel alone, I think there's also a secondary message of call for help if you need it. You do not have to do this by yourself. You can create a series of resources and collaboration, and there's plenty of programs out there if this is your story. If it is not, then just pass it along. Yeah, and the concern here would be exactly this defeat, this emotional, psychological defeat. And I see potentially, and that's the challenge. That's the challenge to your Ten of Cups is this defeating behavior and this defeating perception. Yet there is something better that waits. In some cards, the happiest card in the deck. And even though it is showing that it is in reverse, and it is the Knight of Cups is also in reverse. This is still a call to self-love. That's what's going to help get you out of this, is to love yourself enough to fight for your own victory. And yes, it is your own inner battle. It's only something you can conquer. And even though you are in this isolated, alone space, and we are all isolated, you still don't have to do it alone. This is a pretty intense reading. If this is your story, if this is what's going on for you, that you are battling some sort of addiction, please, please, please do yourself a favor. This is a great time to do that. And make sure you get the support and assistance that you need. It can be very difficult. So don't take it lightly. And universe definitely, with this is the only major arcana is the sun. So what that tells me, whenever major arcanas show up, it tells me that universe is present in some way or another. And that tells me that there is support and that you are being guided so that you can earn, not earn, but you can get to a better place within yourself, for yourself. Page of Cups, I almost forgot about these, and the Three of Coins. This is exactly what I was just telling you. Three of Coins. It's all about collaboration and partnership, and Page of Cups is a messenger of love. There are people that love you. There are people that are attempting to bring you message of love. They want you to reach out. They want you to get support. They want to support you. They want to collaborate with you. They want to work with you. They see your value. And they are bringing that to you. They are offering you their assistance. So, yeah. That is the message for Monday the 18th. I'm also going to pull an oracle card for a message from the universe. It was a short and sweet reading, but fairly intense. And to whoever this may apply to, you're supported. And I send my love and support. So does universe. And if there's anything that you need, just clear space within yourself. Ask for guidance. Ask for the universe to come to you and help you. Whether it's in the form of God, angels, spirit, source, however it is for you. That support is available to you, and there are people that love you. For this one, I feel like I like Oracle. And I do read these because they are long and the messages are so specific that everyone may get something different out of it. So this is for birthdays on May 18th. Advice for the reading. Insight, advice, message from the universe, whatever the universe has to share with the viewer whose birthday is May 18th. For the viewer, unbiased message or advice from the universe. Message advice for this birthday around May 18th. Unbiased. So what do you have to share with our viewer regarding your reading? Advice, do you have support message to verify? Did you guys really just change your mind? Okay, they just changed their mind. Love it when they do that. We're gonna go instead. Sorry, I thought I turned my phone off. Celtic tree. May 18th. Advice for the entire reading. Birthdays for May 18th. Birthdays for May 18th. Advice, answers, angels. What message do you have for those whose birthday? For the reading for May 18th. What messages? These do have reversals, but I do read both. Message, support, and guidance to you for those whose birthday. For the reading May 18th. May 18th. Message just one, please. May 18th. Silver fir pine. That's card number 16. Okay. It has a lot of information in these. This is actually one of the shorter ones. Keywords, foresight. We had that earlier. Higher perspective, inner vision, the higher self, higher dimensions, unseen realm, clear vision. We saw that. Progress, we saw that. Insight. The alum silver fir represents clear-sightedness. She helps us see the big picture. We are encouraged by her to learn from our past mistakes and make new choices based on a higher perspective. She asks us to take the longer view. This tree offers us a spiritual infusion of understanding and brings us insight and expanded awareness. Fir holds the love of the great goddess. She can heal and support us through any situation. That's what I just said. Universe was supporting you with that sun card. The wisdom of this tree encourages us to take the high road and to apply the words and ways of spirit. This tree is especially helpful as we make resolutions of any kind and speaks to the turning of the wheel after the winter solstice. Allium silver fir asks you to imagine climbing the tallest fir or pine on the highest mountain and become the eagle looking out from its branches. From this wide perspective, your personal worries and concerns seem comparatively small. From here, you can see your situation from the larger view of spirit. Take it in. How do things look from this perspective? Fir reminds you that you have a choice as to how you respond to your life situations. I gotta learn to leave them out. I feel like that is right here. A choice in how you respond to your life situations. And we're all broke right now. Ten of Pentacles is really about stability, home. It's material and financial. Right now, I see this as being relevant to what we're all dealing with the job market. And it can cause some breakdowns at home and whatnot as well. But more the financial struggles. And there probably are some people turning to some not so great habits. King of Cups usually is not represented this way. It's usually one of balance between emotion and logic or going within. It is a very emotional card. However, like I said, each deck has its own energy and its own messages. And this one has definitely some interesting meanings. The rewards and challenges. I see rewards as being that Three of Coins, that Sun card, those around you that love you, the support of the universe. So you have what you need. Fur encourages you to take the high road to rise above the mundane and seek a higher understanding in order to do this. You are encouraged to spend some time in silence as you seek clarity. The words and ways of spirit are not the ways of the world. Didn't I say that too? To go within and ask for help? You can become the expression of these higher words and ways. The test, of course, is in applying them to your daily life with all of its ups and downs. And are you willing to do this? Are you willing to share your wisdom with others? You are promised divine assistance. This tree offers you spiritual understanding, the unconditional love of the Great Mother, and healing. Close your eyes, breathe, and receive this infusion of love. You are encouraged to let go and allow Spirit to show you the way. This does take some humility, but it also takes courage to follow the path of love. This is not a religious set of rules or requirements. The question is, what would love do here? If it were reversed, you are currently unable to see the forest for the trees. You need to get some distance from your situation or problem, or you will not be able to move towards clarity. I think we already have that clarity showed up, but for anyone that this somewhat resonates with, but maybe you don't have that Queen of Swords, and you don't have that Ace of Wands, maybe they're reversed for you, then this might apply to you. Take time away from your problems and gain perspective. Look up towards the light, not down to the ground. Seek the advice of some sage person in your life. Look to your dreams as well as to the synchronicities in your waking life, as these may offer guidance. Spend time looking at mistakes made and resolve to learn from those mistakes. Put arrogance aside and be willing to dismantle misplaced ego. Choose humility. That trying to do everything on your own without assistance, that is ego. That is pride. That is, I've got this. I don't need help. This Knight of Swords and the Three of Cups. I've got this. I don't need help. In this reading, based on what was around. And we all need help. We all need help, especially when we might be in a place where we haven't quite found our love for ourselves yet. It takes work. It really does. Choose humility. Remember, it is not at all on you to solve the problems of the world. You cannot do it alone. You need community, friends, family, and others devoted to healing. Where'd those go? Right here. Let me read that again. You need community, friends, family, and others devoted to healing. It's there. They're there. You are loved. You're loved. Absolutely. If you are alone in your difficulties and cut off from others, are you willing to reach out and take the risk of receiving help? There's that Five of Pentacles. One where you're all by yourself. Are you willing to reach out? Those that love you. And not be so prideful. Oops, I picked up all three. Y'all know what I meant. Message. I'm the stately silver fir or pine. See how I sit on a tall mountain and look out over the beautiful valleys and hills. See how I grow towards the heavens and stand tall. I encourage you to take a look at your life from the top of my branches. Here, you can see the past, yes, but you can also look ahead to the future. In the future, you may see many choices. Which one attracts you? Imagine yourself having made that future choice. Where is it? Oh, I lost it already. I was looking for that Sun card because I think that's indicative of the choice you want to make. And that it is supported. You are supported by universe. What are you doing? So you've made that choice. Which one attracts you? Imagine yourself having made that future choice. What are you doing? What do you love? Who are you with? Now look back at yourself at the top of the tree. Allow your future self to speak. What does it have to say to you? Allow the wisdom from your future self to dream you, and reawaken you. Let your future self inform you as you make new choices and new resolutions, which in turn move you towards the future that pleases you. That was all that Sun card. As everything that Sun card had to say to you about how you're supported and what is available to you. It's available to us all. And that you do have that choice. And if you have made that choice and you are moving forward, then that is fantastic. And you will find your happiness. You will find that sunshine. That 10 of Pentacles will turn around. Everything will turn around. And it takes work and it takes time. And make sure you have all the support that you need. Because we all need that. And don't try to go it alone. No matter what the issues are, we all need community and friends and loved ones, especially now. So whatever you're facing, reach out and make sure you know you are loved. Namaste.